Peace and love, all the above. I'm back again with another video. Welcome back to Immortal Knowledge. So today I just wanted to speak on my experience I just had. Very interesting, very interesting indeed. A lot of stuff is coming to me, a lot of information, a lot of energy is flowing through me right now. So I'm gonna try my best to describe this to you and break down the symbolism and everything that happened within this vision I had, and as well as when I went to sleep that night, you know, my dream and like the connection, right? So yeah, right before I went to sleep, I meditated. I sat in front of my altar and I looked directly into this this flame I had on this candle, you know, and the candle was almost gone. So I told myself that I would just sit there and watch this candle until, you know, it died out. And as this candle's literally about to die out, you know, I just feel my energy just swaying back and forth. You know, it's kind of like, you know, the pendulum and, you know, people getting hypnotized or whatever. That's how I felt. You know, I kind of felt like my body was swaying. I wasn't moving, like my energy was swaying back and forth. And eventually that rhythm just put me into a trance state. And while in this trance state, what I seen, you know, everything around me was black. Everything was black. It was pitch black. And as I, you know, navigated, I realized that under me was this web, like a spider web. And I walked for a while and I was looking around, getting, you know, taking in my surroundings. And as I really started to observe what was under me, what I seen next, you know, it was crazy. You know, I seen all these pale skinned, like super pale skinned, like vampire, like pale skinned people. And, you know, they didn't have any eyes, they didn't have any ears, so they were blind and deaf. And I think they maneuvered by their tongues, something like snakes. They had really long tongues, really pronounced tongues that stuck out of their mouths. And I guess that's how they maneuvered in that, you know, the environment that they were in. And I found it very interesting, you know, but there was no fear present or anything. But no doubt, if I would have fell into that hole, you know, if there was no web there for me to navigate, there's no doubt. I'm pretty sure they, you know, would have tried to devour me, you know. But it's very interesting, you know. But then my wife came into the room and I kind of snapped out the trance or whatever. These entities or whatever they were, they reminded me of like their tongues. Like kind of reminded me of like the Strain, you know. I don't know if you've seen the Strain. It's like a vampire show or whatever, but it's more like a zombie virus, in my opinion. How it spreads and everything, but it's a parasite that makes them into a vampire, and they spread it through this tongue that they this long tongue, you know, that connects to the neck of their victims, you know, or their prey, and transforms them eventually, right? Oh, it also really reminded me of the liquor, like on Resident Evil. If you ever seen the liquor doesn't have any eyes. You know, it has this long tongue, and his brains are protruded out or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't have any eyes or ears or anything. You know, so it depends basically on its tongue and its smell, like to maneuver and hunt. This is what these entities reminded me of. So later on that night when I went to sleep, I had a dream that I was Spider-Man, right? So yeah, I was Spider-Man, and, you know, for whatever reason, baby Spider-Man was up in the building and he got stuck, you know, not knowing his abilities that well because he was a child. You know, baby Spider-Man got up there and got stuck, so I had to go get him, you know, and I was struggling to get through a window for some reason. you know. But that's basically it. But I find it very interesting. The same, one of the things that were the same in these two events, in these two experiences, was that spider web. And what could that mean, right? What could that really mean? In my first, I don't even know if that was a vision or did I leave. I think I might have fell asleep. It might have put me into a complete trance state, and I may have fell asleep and traveled out of my body, and that's where I went. I'm almost positive that's what happened. But when I seen these things, they remind, I was in the world of the blind and the deaf, right? These things could not see, they could not hear, and I was searching for something, right? I had a yearning or an urge to search and look for something, right? Pardon. So I don't remember what exactly what I was looking for. Probably the only reason that I even remembered this far along into it was, my wife came in the room and I woke up. Other than that, I would probably have not remembered, because I realized that when I go into these, like when I leave my body, period, the longer I stay out of my body, when I come back into my body, it comes back fragmented, right? And the information is not as clear. So I've started to get into this state where I can come back out. I kind of melt back into my body, a lot sooner, so I can receive, the information clearly. But I don't remember what I was looking for. But I was in complete darkness in the land of the deaf and the blind. And they were seeking to devour something. It may not be me, but, this was the land. Shit, it was the land of the dead. I mean, these things, I felt the energy that was coming from them, and their hunger was insatiable. Their hunger was insatiable, and they had no eyes and no ears. So, I mean, the symbolism there is, without those senses, your perception is limited, right? So I was looking for something in a land where you can't see, you can't hear. Yeah, if I get any more information on that, I'm gonna break that down a little bit more. But I've gone on a little bit too long. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, all the above, and check out the rest of my videos and my website. Catch you on the next one. Peace.